Hey everybody, so on today's video, this is probably going to be part one of a three-part video series. What we've got going on here is hydraulic pump is starting to leak, and when I have a bail on the back, it's getting kind of jerky. So we're going to need to rebuild that pump. So the first thing that we'll do here, and this is on Dolly, our Allis Chalmers 6080. The first thing we'll have to do is pull that pump off. So we'll get to that. Alright, so I actually remembered to put my gloves on before I got my hands all dirty. So just a little of what we're going to be doing. So we've got these two connections up here that go in and control for your valves, your steering, and that type. And then your return line that goes back to your reservoir comes under here and goes back. So I should just be able to disconnect it right at the pump and have enough movement. If not, I may have to disconnect it somewhere along here so I get enough movement. But I'm thinking, because there's a flexible hose right behind this part of the frame, that I'll be able to hopefully get it. But we'll disconnect these top ones. And it was one of those jobs, you know, that you start noticing about mid-season. And then you're like, well, I'll get that when we get done with this cutting, or I'll get you a little closer here. Or, you know, there'll be time in the fall. It'll be a little warmer, and I'll still have time to do it. Since I don't have a heated shop, it helps when the weather's better to work on stuff. But, of course, that's usually not how things go. And we are still in February yet, so I am still ahead of the game. But we had that polar vortex split and come down and find us last week. Well, now we're at 60 degrees. So it's it gives you a little bit of spring fever. So these two will get loose. There we go. That one. There'll be a little bit of leakage, but with this return line where it dips down, it shouldn't be too bad, because I don't want to throw 7 gallons of hydraulic fluid on the floor. One, that would be a mess, and two, that stuff's getting a little more expensive nowadays. So that was a 1-inch. This is what those two were. And then, of course, we've just got the hose clamp over here. Loosen that up. There we go. Loosened it. And I think I've said this on other videos, but whenever you can use a nut driver, this happens to be the 5/16 nut driver, instead of using a flat screwdriver on hose clamps, I always do. Makes life much easier. And then another thing, when you're working with hoses, that makes life easier is some hose removers. This one looks like it's going to be pretty easy. Oh yeah. Okay, so we got that loose. Did hear a little bubbly. So the other thing I had for this hose, because I wasn't sure if it was going to drop down, is I just got a little bungee strap here so I can run it around wherever and hold it while I'm doing this. Get that guy out of there. Okay, so then what it's got is 2 bolts, one on top and one on the bottom. And those, I believe, are 3/4. There we go. Got that one broke. That way I can get everything loose. Top one's loose. I'm going to grab the creeper. And get the bottom one. I think I'm going to need to shed a little more light on this. There, I got it to break. Nice. Now the top I couldn't get a socket on, but this bottom one I might have been able to. Might be enough room. All right, let me do that. Okay, I got all of those loose. I'm going to see if I can get a socket on that, and I'll be back. All right, I've got the top and the bottom bolt out. These 2 loose, and the return hose is loose. So we're at the point now of, let's see how big a mess we can make. I'll pull the bottom hose first. Okay, not leaking out of there. Like that. That's out of the way. Let's see if she'll let, there we go. Okay. Now, we got her out of there. Looks pretty good, actually. for that. And not dripping horrible, but a little. So as you can see, she is covered with oil though right now. So, and these are pieces, which I'll show you in the next video. But right now, I'm gonna cover these ends up just in case. You know, I plan on keep working on it, but in case I don't get back to it, keep all the dust and everything out of the system. And I'll get this all cleaned off before I tear it apart, so then I don't contaminate any of the inside. But there we go. So that is the removal of the hydraulic pump. A little bit coming from that line on an Allis Chalmers 6080. So, as always, take care and thanks for watching.